Hi, it's T with Teaquilts, and today is Wednesday, March 17th, 2021, and it is our live chat on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we'll be here for an hour today. Basically, I just have blocks today to go over, um, a gift that I got, sort of, kind of, and then I just want to share this right here with you as well. So we're just gonna wait. I came in 2 minutes early, trying to be on time instead of late today. So we're gonna wait for people to get into the room while I also pull you all up on my phone. All right, so I am just waiting to get started here. Um, just had a weird day today. Today was the day that I actually got some sleep. I thought I was going to do so much more today. I got some orders out, took some orders, and then I was propped up in bed thinking about getting up, doing what I needed to do, and fell asleep about, I'm going to say about maybe 3:30 or so today, till about 6 o'clock. So I go, oh well. Had those days. And I needed to sleep too, so it was really good. So we've got like 34 people in here right now. And it's 7, so I'm just going to go ahead and start reading who's already in the chat room. Got Susan T says, hi T and all the T quilters. Stay safe, everyone, in the path of the tornadoes. Yes, we had a lot of rain today. That probably was another reason why my sleep probably finally kicked in. I can sleep very well in rain as long as it's not like a hard erratic rain, because I have a metal awning. So if it starts hitting on that too hard, I can't sleep. But this was a nice uh, even consistency rain, so it was easy for me to fall asleep. So that's probably why I fell asleep. Cool Gal says, hi T and everyone from chilly, rainy Maryland. Vivian Calvi says, hi T and everyone. And also Cool Gal saying happy St. Patrick's Day. And I had forgot all about that until I did my post office run, and then I made a stop at the grocery store and saw a lady with the green bow in her head. And I go, okay, almost missed it. Don Cunningham is here saying hi to everybody. Hi, Don. Doris O says, good evening, T&T Quilters. I hope everyone is having a good evening and staying warm. Yes. Vicky Lemire is here. Hello, Vicky. Carol Green says, hello, T and everyone. Ella Odom says, good evening, Miss T and Quilters. Stephanie says, hey, T and fellow quilters. I pray all is well with you all. Kevin, the quilter, is here. He says, there's Miss T. Evening to our reigning queen of scraps and all T quilters. Hey, Kevin. And I'm not fully awake yet, even though I've been up working. I still am not like as active. But you all will start putting jokes in the comments and wake me completely up. I have faith. Wind Sprinter says, good evening, T and T quilters. Betty Pompey says, hello, T and everyone. C-Rex says, good evening, T and T quilters. I completed my PayPal invoice for the book. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I do have to go meet tomorrow to help price items for the sale, the Quilters Estate sale we're having tomorrow. But I'm going to see if I can package these up and convince my husband to just drop them off at the post office for me. That's all he has to do. We'll see if that can happen. My brother Ray is here. He says, hey, sis and everyone. Hope everyone's staying safe. You get my thumbs up, sis. And happy St. Patrick's Day. Well, thank you so much. And everybody thinks when they see my name, they pronounce my name Mahoney. So before I walk in the room, if you don't know me, they think I'm Irish. Carla Ford says, hello, T and everyone. She says, I received my order. Thank you. Yes. I'm glad they're all getting there. Betsy is here, says, good evening, Miss T and Quilters. Hi, Betsy. Leonie Doucette saying, happy St. Patrick's Day. Bonita Nan says, hello, Miss T and everyone. Hello, Bonita. And Janet Mackerel says, hello, T and Quilters. Storms in Oklahoma. Hoping all is well. Yes, and Midwest is just lots of rain. I got standing water in my yard. I was like, nah, that's a lot of rain. Janet Mackerel. Oh, that was Janet. So Jackie K is saying, hi, T and all. Lucky for you. A good sleep. Yes, it was a good sleep. And Jackie's from Canada. So let's Cynthia Shades here also says, hi, T and everyone from chilly and rainy Chicago. Please thumbs up for the Scrap Queen. Well, thank you, Cynthia. Melissa LePage says, hello, T and everyone. Susan T says, you look happy and good. T, sleep does wonders. Yes, it does. I really need that sleep because I have so much in my head going on, so many things happening in my life. My things are coming in threes. So, you know how they say stuff that happens, it comes in threes. So I've received 3. I'm hoping that's it. So we'll see. You just can't control what's going to happen. So I try to keep moving with it, but I did need some sleep. Deborah Sims Brown says, hello, T and everyone. Hi, Deborah. And Maria Mayer says, hello to everyone. Janice Miller says, hi, T and T Quilters. Tucker's here saying, good evening, T and everyone. I'm drawing up some block layouts for the new block swap already. I haven't even gotten my last blocks put together, so I got to work on that. But that's pretty cool. Lisa Pegg says, hello, everyone. How are you, Miss T? I'm much better today, just a little bit more sleepy because I just woke up, but doing really good. Patty Winfield says, hi, y'all, from sunny Seattle. And Melissa says, how is Diane 57 doing? I'm not sure if anybody has answered that or not. She did email me, and she's needing to have some tests done, and I think it's not going to be until March 20th that her appointment is. So she's just been told to relax, to not do a whole lot. So that's where she is at this point. And I don't put people's personal stuff out unless they tell me to. So I won't do that. Ellen Campbell is here, says, hey, T and all quilting friends. Maxie Doodle is also here, says, hi, T and everyone from sunny, warm Florida. And yay, sleep good for you, T. Yes. Cool Guest says, love your shirt. Did you make it? Got my stimulus money. I'm Irish, but got that pot of gold. 3 a.m. today. Wow. Yeah, I did make this shirt just goofing around with some different lettering. So yeah, and my friend had given me Deborah Quilts. She may not. Oh, she is in here. I see her name now. She had given me shirts that I get. This is a female shirt, and then I just kind of play with designs on them and stuff. So that's what I did with this one. And she's right here saying hello, T and all T quilters. Hey, Deborah Quilts. Teresa McCormick says hello, T and T quilters. Glad I made it. Welcome. Tadine Roberts says, good evening. Finally made it live. I'm sure I probably butchered your name. Please forgive me. Kevin says, kiss me, I'm Irish, Miss Mahoney. Laughing out loud. Yes, right. Billy Weatherreed says, high winds here in Texas. Texas has been kind of strange, hasn't it? This winter and going into spring now, I guess. Darlene Crosby says, hello, T and quilting friends. Rosalind Lloyd says, hi, T. Stimulus money. Now I can afford a kit, and you have no more. Got that right. Those things were gone. I wasn't planning to like sell something in conjunction with a stimulus check. It's just how it happened to fall. So I'm sure if it had fallen during a stimulus check, they would have all been sold during that first live. So, but yeah. I haven't even checked to see if mine even hit or not. Barbara Polk says, hello, everyone. Cheryl Clute says, hello, T and all. June Hansen's also here. Says, hi, T and everyone. Sharon Lewis says, hi, T and quilters from Washington, D.C. Getting close to the bottom, guys. Judy says, hello, T and everyone. Dolores Phelps says, hello, Miss T and everyone. Lila Dicker, she says, hi, T and everyone from rainy and dreary Lee Summit, Missouri. Same weather. They just get it normally before we do. And Alan's saying, what was that noise? I have no idea. Patricia Bryan says, love your shirt. Got my second yesterday and doing well so far. That's Patty. Thank you so much. Oh, she's got her second COVID vaccine. Okay, she must have ran out of text. Okay, pretty cool. Pronounce Tananya, but call me T. Okay, Tananya. Okay, because I kind of figured it was going to be some silent letters in there. Okay, pretty cool. I like your name. Very pretty. All right. I don't know if that was my mic. I could have hit it. It's sitting right there. I know I moved my head down. Trying to keep my hands off of it because I didn't hear it. Lisa says, I don't think she heard it. T, watch your mic. That was the noise. Angela Stringer also says, top of the evening to you all. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Raining shamrocks all day. Got that right. So let's just go over some stuff. I just basically have blocks, but then I also placed additional orders for the books and also for those pedal stoppers. And I got some stuff that was included in the books orders. I got a pattern by Deborah Rebels called You Decide, She Shed, or Man Cave. So this pattern was included in there. And I think I'm going to probably donate it. I might do that. And then I told you all before that I had ordered one of those clip dispensers. And I had picked up the refills and got this box of refills right here. And found out that these refills were too small to go into this gun that I had picked up a box. That I had picked up the wrong box accidentally, and I didn't know that. And Deborah didn't even know that she had this. So what she did was she just sent me a whole nother dispenser with clips again, which is nice because I can have one in here and I can have one in my long arm room. And she also makes these kits with these dispensers and the refills. And in here, she has one clamp dispenser, 35 clamp clips, and 10 fabric boards. Now in here, I only have one fabric board because she's sending this to me as a demo. And it has actual fabric on it. The one you get would just have 10 boards, no fabric on it. And so she sells the 10 boards, 35 clamps, and the dispenser for $29.98. But I showed you all before how this works, but I just wanted to just show it to you all. I'm not going to show you how it functions, but I just wanted to show it to you all that what it is these clips that you can put and keep your fabric on the actual fabric boards. And these fabric boards are thick. Calls the mini boats. They come from mini boats, but they're thick plastic, and there's 10 of them for that price. So yeah, I have to say that I don't use the fabric boards because if I tried to buy one of those for every piece of fabric that I have, I would be broke. Because when I wrap my main fabrics, I don't even have all of my fabric wrapped. I have my Christmas, and then all of my colors, my florals. But what I don't have wrapped is Halloween prints or fall, patriotics, African prints, Asian prints, and stripes. I have like 5 groupings of fabrics that are just still in tubs, and some of them may be in 2 tubs. And so I actually use the comic book boards to do mines with because I used over 1,100 just to do those. So it can be quite costly. I couldn't afford 1,100 of the plastic ones, but if you've got a small stash, tend to use stuff up, then these boards would be great. But I really love the dispensers for the fabric over the pens. And also the small ones I actually like using on paper. I did find me a small dispenser so that I could use them. So I bought that, and I really like it on paper. And you can make like little books with them and stuff. So that's also there. And then I just wanted to show you all this. Hold on. Okay. So I think that's Vivian saying put her down for, I'm thinking she's wanting one of these kits with the clamp things in it, I think. So let me know what you want. And I can talk to you, Vivian, through email too. And then this is just something that I told you all that I had went last week just to assess the amount of work that I was going to have to, me and Leetta were going to have to do on helping them with this estate sale. And my friend, y'all know I love churn dash blocks. So my friend had this showing, and I go, what is that? And she was saying that it's a little design board. And I said, oh, that's so cute. I said, can I get that so it'll remind me of you? And it just happened to be one of my favorite quilt blocks. So I just thought that I would share it with you all because it's very simple to make. Feels like she has that foam board in here. And you open it up, and you actually have like 3 or 4 pieces of batting in here, and then you just stitch down the center to hold it once it's together. And then you can use these to put like your works in progress. Like if you're building a particular block, then you can just open up and put your pieces in here like so. So I thought it was, and it doesn't look like she used it, or if she did, she didn't use it much. I don't see many strings. So I thought that I would just take that and keep it in memory of her. So that was what she donated. My chin just hit this mic, so maybe that was part of it too when I turned my head. So I just wanted to share that binder thing with you all. And let me go back and read some of the comments because more people have come in. Diana Grant says, greetings from the San Francisco Bay Area. Hi, Diana. Melissa says, what's Irish and can always be found out in the yard? 4-leaf clover? I don't know. Phyllis G says, hi, T and everyone. Diana Grant says, don't know. Lisa's questioning. June says, grass. Melissa says, patio furniture. That's funny. I like that. Yeah, this is Ellen asking, T, is your long arm up and running now? That's the other thing. I did fix it yesterday. I replaced the part that I needed so that I could easily adjust my Y belt. They did send me the part so that I could put on my X belt, but I wasn't even bothered with that because it took me a little while to get the Y belt on, but I got it on. It stitched on my practice piece. I put on a small quilt so that I could test it out on the actual quilt. It stitched part of what I wanted it to do, and then the rest of the stitching that was done, it was user error, meaning my fault. So I had to do some ripping. So I was up throughout the night doing some ripping. So that's what I thought I was going to get done today, put it back on the long arm, but I just needed rest. And then I'm going to be busy all day tomorrow anyway, so I'm thinking my body needed that sleep anyway. But I had put some stitching in particular places, and then I was trying to crop out those places that I already had stitching, and I didn't tell the machine to do it right. So got to remember, when you don't do something every day all the time, and then you don't do it for a while, you can forget how to do something. And I was not trying to crop out a square. I was trying to crop out circles. And then I had one circle and one half circle. And I don't think it liked my half circle. That's what I kept having problems with. And so Yeah, it's my fault. So what I did was I took out the background stitching that I had already put in. And I'm going to try to reprogram it again the next time I load. But is my system stitching? Yes. So it was a combination of the motor box having loose wires. My wires were loose. And I'm glad that they asked me to send my box in, even though I probably could have tightened my X box and gotten away with it. But if you all don't know, loose wires is what cause most electrical fires. And so they get a loose from things and get to touching each other, and then that's what sparks the fires in your home. So I was glad that my box was actually sent back to them. So it's actually working, thank goodness. And Judy saying leprechauns. The Molly J says, hey, T and everyone. What did I miss? Nothing. Vanessa Brown says, hi, T and all T quilters. Michael Picarelli says, hey, pretty girl, miss you. Hi, Mike. Be seeing you all soon, hopefully. Okay, so she says that was it, T. So it was when my chin must have hit my mic because I turned my head to get something and looked down, and my chin touched the mic. So that's what it is. Rhonda Barlow says, hello to you, everyone. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Curl Green says, I like that. Darlene says, that's nice. I like it too. So if you're talking about like this whole clamp system. So if you're interested in that with like getting the clamp thing with the refill, or if you want the clamp thing with the fabric organizer for $29.99 or whatever that is, $29.98, then just let me know because I'll have to place that order. She just sent me this as a sample, and then I'm going to donate this pattern. So I guess you could buy the pattern too, but I'm gonna I don't know when I'm gonna donate that, but I'm gonna donate the pattern. It's gonna be a gift. Sandra Agar says, hey all, happy Green Day. Roberta says, hi TNT Quilters, love that quilt block keeper. Yes. So Teresa says, that is so sweet and very touching. Glad it was a churn dash block on it. Yes, I felt like, I think things happen for a reason. And when I see stuff like that, it's like I was supposed to have that because her power of attorney and her friend have already gone through, and they could have taken that if they wanted it. And so that was just ironic that that's the only thing that I wanted. So Helena Carter is here, says, hi TNT Quilters, love your hair. Thank you. Leila says, I like that block binder thing. It would work for crumb blocks. Yes. Oh, wow. You're already tried or already tired. I don't know what Ellen's saying. Sometimes the keyboard's helping us. Melissa says, is that project board piece flannel? It is lovely. No, it's just made out of cotton, but it's got cotton batting. Melissa said, oh, that's Melissa. Patty says, that design binder would be wonderful to take projects in progress to sew dates or retreats. May have to make one. Yes, and that's another reason that I shared it with you all, not just because I got it from her, but I wanted you all to see it because it's a great idea. Carl Green says, the block keeper from your friend is nice. And Patty says, I was the one that posted on Facebook about Saturday is World Quilt Day and displaying for those driving by your place. Yeah, and that's a great idea too. You just got to make sure you watch it nowadays. But she was asking people or informing people that Saturday is National Quilt Day, and that if you all are so inclined to hang a quilt in your window, if you want to do it from the inside, or you can throw one outside as well. I do want to make like a born quilt for my shed. I would like to do that someday, or even just paint it straight onto the shed. But I think if I paint it straight onto the shed, it'll be more of a problem when it's time to repaint the shed. So maybe go ahead and just making it on wood. That'll be cool. So got through those. Next thing up is we want to talk about block swaps. That's basically why we're here. Betty Pompey's blocks came last week, and I forgot to show them Saturday when they came in. I think they came in like last Thursday, and then I forgot to show them Saturday because I did not bring them into the room. I forgot to bring them. So I've got 3 sets of blocks And Betty is actually number 25, although Erica Peterson, whose blocks I did show last week, is number 26. So I'm just trying to get everybody up on the numbers because I think I had stopped saying numbers. Okay, here's my paper scissors. Uh-oh, I'm out of chat comments again. I hope I can get back in there. I must have hit it with the folder. Okay, let me just cut across the top before I cut my hand off. I don't think I'm fully awake. My hand-eye coordination's not working. Okay, she's got hers here. So let's open up paperwork first. Says, you mean so much, not only for being the warm-hearted, kind person you are, but also for your generous way you share your time and talents with others. Thank you, Betty Pompey, and she is in Henrico, Virginia. She says, Dear T, thank you for all you do. Without you, this pandemic would have been much something. I usually blank the lie, but I usually miss the lie, but I catch you in the next day. May God continue to bless you in the way that you do. Please keep. Oh, she's saying the extra money. She sent extra money. I'm just looking at that now. So the requirement is $15, and Betty has sent in 25. So thank you, Betty. Appreciate that. Me and Kevin has already eaten off some of the other money, so we'll probably eat again, I'm sure. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And I just put everything back into the bags until I get to my computer and I can officially log people in. And this is her blocks here. If they're all the same fabric, I just show you one. If they're different colors, I show you like up to 3 at the most. So very pretty colors. Got different ones here. As I said, she's in Virginia. This is Betty Pompey, just in case you all forgot. Or Pompey. I don't know if she says Pompey or Pompey, but Pompey. Here's another. Very pretty blocks, very pretty coloring. So she mostly used the purple and blue range. This one's got this first block, but it's kind of reversed. This was in the star points, the background. So I like using like 3 fabrics and then switching them around to see which way you like the best. And I think that might be a great idea when you're making other quilts. Make test blocks maybe with blocks if you're not sure where your fabric will best shine. Try putting it in all the positions before you sew the entire quilt. You know, pretty cool. I like that. I've been pleasantly surprised making these blocks with switching the fabrics around like we have. So thank you, Betty, for participating. And again, sorry for not showing your blocks on Saturday when I told you that they would be shown, and you having to come back today to make sure you see them being shown. Very nice work as well. Okay, so she was 25. Erica Peterson, I did show you her blocks on Saturday. And then Judy Plaster from Palamo, California, hers is number 27. See if I can get back into chat. Okay. If I didn't get an invoice, does that mean I didn't make the cut? If you email invoice for what? First of all, this is I don't forget how she pronounced her name because it was so different. Let me go back and look. Hold on. Tananyi. Okay, so Tananyi. If I when I communicate with people through text, I do respond to emails, and if I missed your email, or your response back, I'm sorry, but if somebody is just asking me for price, I don't tend to invoice. But if you confirm that you want it, then I'll go ahead and send an invoice. So if I missed an order from you, just let me know. And I'm not sure what it is that you were wanting, but I'm out of a lot of things. But if people are interested in the clamp dispenser or refill clamps or this whole kit, you know, if I put in another order, then maybe I can do that. I only have one of Deborah's books, so I might be ordering more books. So if you all are interested, I can place another order for items that you all want. So the only thing I'm out of, and I've been out of for a while, is I can't get any more kits because I don't have that fabric anymore. So I can't sell any Drunkard's Path kits with those particular fabrics. So that's a doner with those fabrics. Okay. So email me again if you want something that I missed. Mistakes happen. I am human, so if it's my fault, I do apologize. It's just me running everything, so I have no assistance from anybody in my family to do anything. So nobody in my family is interested in what I do, so it's just me. So I try to do the best I can. Dee Dee Hansen's here from Michigan. Hi, Dee Dee. Maddie Barnum says, hello, everyone. I am late. T, love your shirt. Thank you, Maddie. Welcome. Carol Green says, lovely combinations on the blocks. The blocks are gorgeous. From Darlene, love purples and blues too. Judy Plaster says, am I blocked on Saturdays with Super Mario? Am I blocked on Saturday with Super Mario? Mine's already been there. Number 17. Okay. So she's saying that these blocks are made for Mario. That she's already sent blocks. Okay, she's already on the list. Number 17. Thank you, Judy, because I haven't looked. Okay, I see your name up there. You're correct. Thank you so much for keeping me straight. Making sure there's nothing else. There is something in here. Piece of paper. So let me see what she's saying on this paper. T, here are some block 6 for Mario. Something about me. Oh, she said, I drove the bus. And I think she had this because I kind of remember this. I drove the bus for H8, same school, 35 years. I worked with 3-year-olds to 16-year-olds with special needs on my bus for 15 years, some with wheelchairs. I am now a substitute driver for our junior college, and we are at the base of the Feather River Canyon. I live in the same country that the campfire was on 2 years ago in I don't know what that is. Paris Lake, California. I don't know. I know I'm messing that up. We have one of the largest earth-filled dams, Orville Dam. And then she's got her mailing address on here. So I remember her because she sent oh, I've already shown these, didn't I? So Judy is not number 28 because this is from her. This is from Earlene. Yeah, I'm like, I remember reading that already. Yeah, so this just got mixed up because I had it in here knowing I had to do something with it. So what I'm going to do, I'm like, all of that sounds familiar. So she's not 27. She's 17. Mario is going to be 31, I think, in the end. So what I need to do is I need to take these cards out for Shari. That needs to go to Shari so I can get organized here. Hold on, guys. And then these have already been read and looked at. getting confused. This one's Mario's too. That's already been read from Regina. And then this is, let me put this as number 27 instead of 28. Make sure we keep this straight. So when I go to the computer, I won't have a mess. Okay. So number 28 is Lizette Zayas. And she sent hers through FedEx. And she's like me. We tape stuff up. We want to make sure it get there. Now, the ironic thing is almost all of the packages that I've been sending out through priority mail has made it there in record time. So it's just something about first class mail right now that's messed up. So, all right. So, got envelope, got her mailing information, because what I do is I just put these back into your package, and then so that if your package gets open, then they know. And Lizette has sent her money for the swap through CashApp. So this is just her envelope for that. And she's even got her pattern instructions in here. These too cute. And then her blocks. So let's just pull out some of them. Nice red, white, and blue patriotic looking blocks. Very nice. And she is in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Block number 1. Nice red one. Here's a blue one. And I see a lot of different blues in here. Right there. Love the chevrons. Nice work. I'll show this one too, I guess. Right here. So, and thank you so much for doing that, for participating. And let's see if I can get you back in here. All right, so that's the actual blocks, but I do have an envelope, another envelope that was sent for Mario. Let's see. This is from Jackie K. And I did hear from Mario. He did do an update. I got his email address so that I can send him his blocks. He also offered to pay his shipping to Canada. He was going to send money for that, but I told him that the Teaquilters had already taken care of it. And I will, when I send him his blocks, I'll let him know who all donated what to him. So, and it's not to give anybody recognition, but they just need to know how many people really cared and did something like that. Especially when his mind is on other things. He was just flabbergasted that the Teaquilters were doing that for him. So very nice of you all. So again, this is from Jackie. She's also in Canada. So she sent blocks to the USA so we can send them back to Canada. Very cute. So this is Jackie's, and what I have been telling people to do, if you are making blocks for Mario, to go ahead and put your name on one block, and if you're sending another block, to go ahead and leave that one blank, and I'll just put in Mario's information, and then I will just randomly swap him out with other people, especially the ones that made blocks for him. I'm going to try to make sure that I swap you guys for sure. So that's what's going to happen. So I'm going to end up putting Mario's name on this block, and then swapping it with somebody else. I just think it's fantastic what you all are doing. So, and she's got a note in here as well saying, hello T, I have enclosed 2 blocks to be used for Mario. I have only put my name on one in case you want to switch the other with another swapper. Fellow quilter Jackie. Okay. Thank you so much, Jackie. So what I need to do now is I need to collect all of the blocks I got for Mario and count them up. And I know that Deborah Quilts is also working on some as well. Ellen Campbell had some. Hers is here. And I'm trying to keep them in the envelopes for right now because some of you all, when we first start sending them, didn't put your name on one of the blocks. So I want to make sure that I do that. So I'm going to put them all in there. And these are the only ones that I've got cards I need to forward to Shari and Pamela. So I only got 1 card each. So I'm just holding that until I get more to send in a batch. So that's kind of it for things I have on my to-do list. Hold on. Let me go back up in the comment section. Okay. And okay. Connie says hello to T and all others. Good, you got some rest. Just made coffee. And see, that's the other thing too, is that I'm non-caffeine, or I don't intentionally take caffeine per se. And I might get caffeine through some milk chocolate, and that might be it. And I don't eat chocolate every day or all the time. And that's the only chocolate I eat is milk chocolate candy bars. I don't even like chocolate otherwise. So, and a regular chocolate, I don't think even have caffeine in it. The good chocolate, don't even like dark chocolate, don't have it, I don't think. But she's talking about wanting a quilt kit. Those have been sold out. The quilt kits were kind of sold out from the get-go. And then what happened was I had sent out invoices that didn't get paid, or I had counted myself twice because I was trying to make sure I had one. So I was counting myself twice. So I ended up having about 2 or 3 of them that were still available at one point, but they've been sold. Kevin says, no one helps. Excuse me, your quilting husband helps. Aggravate you, that is. Yes. I'm talking about the actual physical work. And, it's one of those things, too, that like I was trying to get my husband to help me when I was cutting kits. And he rolled the crank one time, and he goes, I don't know how you do that. That would hurt my shoulder because I was cutting on my studio. For some reason, when I was cutting the Drunkard's Path, I cut Drunkard's Path on my Electric Go last time, and they cut fine. And this time, like every other time I ran the die through, I'd have 4 layers on it sometimes. And it would just kick the die back out mid-cut. It would just reverse itself. And I'm like, you can't mess up my fabric because I don't have extra fabric. And so I just started cutting on the studio because I can control the roll. And I didn't have time to fool with that when you're trying to cut 72 yards and every other crank, every time I'm sending it through, every other time it was kicking it back out half cut. So, yeah. But, I try to get help and I just don't get any help. And I think he was nervous about him messing up my fabric and stuff like that. So, Dee Dee, is your long arm repaired? What is the estimated time of arrival? My long arm is repaired. Right now, I did a test thing on a test piece of quilt top. And now I'm trying to quilt a quilt top to make sure that it's still running right. And then I got 3 quilts that I've got to quilt. One's a ginormous quilt for a raffle quilt for my quilt gill. And then I've got 2 quilt tops from Betsy that I need to quilt. So I do have some things in the queue, but I am up and running. I probably will be quilting. I probably start quilting next week on the to get stuff out, but I want to quilt something of mine first. So if it's not right, but it looks like everything's running right, the reason why I had to do some ripping is because of user error. I put some stuff in the foreground and I just want to now stitch the background and I didn't put it in there right. So I got to redo it. But yeah, everything's working on my long arm right now. Deborah says, lovely blocks, nice colors. Hello to everyone from Margaret Hassler. Hello and welcome. Don says, nice blocks and generous to make blocks for Mario. Yes. Patricia says, Kevin, quilter, you need to help your quilting wife. She has a lot going on, laughing out loud. If Kevin and I didn't live, it's a good thing that Kevin and I live about an hour, 15 minutes apart because we drive each other nuts. If we lived like even a half hour away, we would be bad. So God does things for a reason. We're so bad. We be together all the time. Our respective people would be upset with us. Okay. Can you please repeat email to ensure I have it right? My email is always teaquilts@teaquilts.com. Remo says, good evening, TNT Quilters. Back in that was quick. Back in Bowie, Maryland. Because I was wondering when you had your package shipped. I said she was supposed to be receiving mail at her dad's house. Carl Green says, pretty designs. Remo says, thumbs up. Kevin also gave my email address. Remo says, Miss T, thank you. I got my package today. Now, that was fast, too. A lot of y'all getting this stuff fast this time. Tricia says, half of us need to hit the thumbs up for T. That's nice of you. Thank you. Please hit the thumbs up button. If you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. Also hit the notification bell. That's Patty saying that. Darlene Crosby says the patriotic colors are nice. Yes, that was a nice, refreshing look because I don't think I've seen that when I've opened any other pack. Elaine says Mario from Montreal. Yep. Carol Green says pretty blocks. Great job, Lizette. Beautiful plaids. Dee Dee says, for the kit, which AccuQuilt die did you use? I used a 7-inch Drunkard's Path. Don't ask me what the number is. I just know it's the 7-inch finished Drunkard's Path blocks, and it was a Go die because I've had that from years and years ago. It's one of the first dies I purchased. Darlene says, it's great. We are swapping blocks with people in Canada. Those are beautiful too. We have some beautiful quilts to make. Yes. Patricia says, Patty says, Melissa, 57 of 97 have hit the thumbs up button, so the rest need to. Thank you. Bessie says, T, you are the best. Well, thank you. Darlene says, let's show the love. Thumbs up. I second that. Got you, Patty. I hit it on the way in. I didn't know. I don't know what's with people. It's okay. If they don't want to hit the thumbs up, it's okay. And you got to remember, too, that a lot of us are watching on Roku, and you can, I found, do thumbs up because I've been watching more. I've changed my bedroom and my craft room TV. I had the Roku in the back and the regular in my bedroom, so I switched them because I find myself, I thought if I put the Roku in the bedroom, maybe I'd do some hand binding, but that hasn't happened. But I have been watching more YouTube, and I've been learning about it through my husband, who's the television expert, because that's what he loves to do. So you can thumbs up, but you cannot read comments. You cannot comment. That's the things that you're lost on television. So maybe people don't know they can hit the thumbs up on their screen because they don't know how. But Emily Zahoot is here, says, hi, T. Staying up today. All right. And then Mary Cubberson says, thumbs up, everybody. So let's see. We've got 27 people that have participated in this swap so far that I have received blocks for, not counting Mario. I'm looking for blocks from Peggy O'Connor, Lois Brown's also mailing blocks. Those are the only two that I am aware of that are being mailed or being dropped off. Peggy drops off her block. She's local. Lois put hers in the mail today. So that's 27, 28, 29, 30 with Mario. And then I'm just going to go ahead and send Gwen a block. Gwen, I think her last name is Clark, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure. Yes, Clark. She sent the blocks that have been sitting in limbo since February 2nd. So her blocks still have not arrived. It's been over 6 weeks now that they've been sitting at my post office, and nobody says that they know where they are. So I have no idea if we'll ever see her blocks. And they were sent first class mail, and that's when I stopped sending items first class mail, because when you start having issues with stuff, you start figuring out what the problem is and what you can do about it to prevent it from happening again. And that's why I'm right now, everything I'm shipping out that's a product is going through priority mail currently. And that's because they keep track more of priority mail, because if they lose it, they know they've got to pay whatever insurance has been put on that priority mail. So that kind of helps get these packages where they need to go. Sometimes they might be a week getting there, maybe 2 weeks getting their priority mail. But this time it seems like all of my packages were delivered within a week, so, or faster, because it hasn't even been a week. Last Wednesday was the first day that I mailed packages, and I had only mailed 6. So priority mail for me right now seems to be working. So I'll keep doing that until some other stuff changes, and then we'll go back to just regular first class. But just be careful on how you're sending your blocks. The people that have officially told me they're sending their blocks, if they're telling me they're sending them any other way, I try to encourage them to spend the extra money and send them priority. I've already included in your fee for me to send your stuff back priority, and that's just because I want proof and insurance that I sent your stuff back to you, because everybody doesn't know me when you're participating in these swaps and may not feel that you might get your stuff back. There are swaps out here that you send your blocks in and you never get your stuff back. Okay, I'm just telling you, it happens. And that's one of the reasons why I had stopped swapping, because it started to be too many issues with swapping. But I like to make sure that people feel comfortable swapping with me, and that you know you're going to get something back when you send it in to me. And I just feel really bad for Gwen, that her blocks are just sitting out there in limbo. And there's nothing that I can do. She's hid it from her post office. I have gone to my post office in person twice. That I've talked to them, because I was also looking in my P.O. box for them. But I've talked to people twice, and I even called, and I was on hold for about an hour while they were looking in the post office. And I talked to the supervisors and everything. So I feel really bad for her. That's just awful that has happened, you know? So, Jacqueline Devon says, hello, T from Minneapolis. AccuQuilt has new dyes out. Do you keep up with the new dyes out? Sometimes I do keep up with the new dyes out. This week I have not. I have last week and this week I have not had AccuQuilt on my radar, because I've got more pressing matters. So I haven't even watched any of the YouTube uploads yet. I haven't even been posting about the sales, because so much was going on in my personal life with helping my friend, you know. Just receiving devastating news can just kind of put you in a funk, and it just blew me away, and I wasn't expecting it. So I've been busy with my business. I've been cutting kits and mailing stuff, so I've been keeping preoccupied, which I'm kind of glad that I have put these orders out now so I could keep busy. The other thing too is the Quilter estate sale that was scheduled for this weekend. Due to health complications, we have had to move that till next week. Initially, it was a lot. We had different plans for this week, and those plans were all disrupted. And so it was just best for us if we move the estate sale to next week. And we still don't know really if next week is going to be a good time either. So we're kind of just playing it by ear. So we have no control. It's all in God's hands on what happens. And so my friend was fully aware that we were having an estate sale. And so this is not something new. She knew we were in the process. She was in the process of being moved as well. So all of this is she was aware of. So it's not like anything's being done that she's not aware of being done. So, but things happen, and then it puts a wrench into your plans. You know, you got to rearrange things and do other things, and it could happen again. So we're hopeful that we can have the estate sale next week. And I have a feeling that people are going to still show up this week because sometimes I go online, I print a flyer off, and Kevin also said this too. It's like you don't go back online to look again, so people might show up. So we may have to put signs up and let people know that the sale is not this weekend. So I need to discuss that with her power of attorney because things have happened, you know. So let's just hope that things are well this week. I hope all is well with your dad. That's Remo. Oh, that's Carla for Remo. I'm sorry. My father is having surgery on March 29th. We'll be back in Ohio on the 25th. So she's going back and forth. Okay. And thank you for keeping me in your prayers. Phyllis says, I sign in on the phone to thumbs up and watch on my TV. Yeah, that's kind of, sometimes I found that Roku doesn't keep my same stuff that I play on my other devices, which is weird. That they have you sign in, but it doesn't pull up your history or your things that you're used to watching. So I sometimes will pull up my phone YouTube so I can tell the TV what I want to watch, you know. I'll just cast it over to the television. And she's thanking people for keeping her dad in prayers. Virgie says, how many blocks are required for the swap? You have to make 23 blocks. Well, you're supposed to make 24 blocks, but you send 23 blocks in to be swapped. That's the max that you can send in because Kevin and I don't want to swap 50 blocks per person again. We don't want that. So we've maxed it out at 23. And the reason why is 24 would be your own block that you keep for yourself. So you end up with a block that can be set 4 by 6 if you're so inclined. It just depends on, that's for people that just want a basic set. You can put sashing in between, make your quilt bigger, add borders as well. So that was our intent. Dee Dee says, fabric and kits you just sent out is fabulous. Well, thank you. It was only like one fabric, the Cranston fabric, that I wasn't really happy with, but it was in the right coloring. But I put it in there anyway. It was that one fabric, and I go, okay, I can deal with it. At least it's 100% cotton. But other than that, I really like the fabrics. And it gave me, like I said, I enjoyed shopping. You know, I have not gone on a big shopping spree like that in a long time. I told Kevin, I can't remember the last time I spent that much money in one day. But I enjoyed it. And I even did it not even knowing if I would sell the kits. But I was just so grateful that you all supported me. I got to enjoy the shopping, and then I had to go to work and do the cutting. But I got to enjoy the shopping. We had a great time. We've done a lot of shop hops, and it's not that these stores were any better, but for some reason we both were on the same page, and we both were just spending money like we were rich or something. But we had fun. Let's see who else. Fabric kits. Love the fabrics in my kit from Remo. She says, I have a dear friend, terminal cancer. Doctor told her 2 weeks. And that's kind of where we are sitting right now with similar type diagnoses, you know. Kevin says, how many of you want me to talk Miss T into another fabric shopping spree for more kits? Laughing out loud. That is funny. Kevin, I got an email from the store that I keep giving the wrong name to, calling them Lickety Split or something. And I just had to start laughing. It came today. So I'm glad that things are coming in that are making me like naturally laugh and smile. So makes me feel pretty good. But that is funny. Carla Ford says, yes, love my kid. Thanks, T. You're so welcome. Thank you all for the support. That's the main thing. I couldn't do that if I bought all of that and then nobody bought it. It wouldn't have been no big deal because I hadn't cut the kits yet, but it just would have been more fabric in my stash. It wasn't going to make or break me per se. I spent the money already. What difference do it make? But if I didn't have the money to spend, I wouldn't spend it in the first place. But I appreciate the support when I do stuff like that, and then you all support it, which is really nice. But I had a feeling, because so many people were disappointed when the other Junkers Path were out, that they wanted the kit. So I kind of had a feeling. And then wash your hands, go, I do, Kevin. Want Kevin to take me on another shopping spree. Melissa says, you're going to wear that woman down, Kevin. You know, funny thing is, Kevin is a driver, so he tends to like to drive. So then I can kind of chill. And one time I slept, but for the most part, I'm just over there talking and egging them on. So I get to kind of chill when we do these little road trips. But we have one scheduled. I want to say August. I'm not sure. I have to look at the dates again. But I think it's August. But knowing Kevin, he'll come up with something quicker than that. Make up some stuff. And Janice says she also loved the colors. Dee Dee says, I am in for another Drunkard's Path kit to make the ones you sent me into a larger quilt. And that was the thing. I think it was Phyllis G that asked me, and I forgot to get back to her. So much is going on in my head. I just can't keep stuff together right now. But she was wanting more of the fabrics that I had cut in the batiks. And I went through my stash and I just don't have them. I don't even know. I think what I did was I must have cut stuff that I had already out. And then I must have cut it all up. I'm assuming, because I cut 2 kits, I think. I think I cut 2 kits because it was one for you and one for somebody else that Damali, I think it was Damali, ended up purchasing for somebody. Purchasing. She purchased 1 kit to send to somebody, and I split it between the both of you is how I kind of did it. And yeah, I can't even, I went looking in my closet for the fabrics, and I just don't have any that I can even cut. And she was just even wanting one more row, like 8 or 9 blocks or something, she was saying. But I just don't have any more of that fabric that actually matches what I've already put into that quilt. So I must have cut it all up. So, so sorry about that. That's another reason why I include templates. I noticed that, I can't remember who it was that posted theirs in, I want to say Robin Boyd posted on Facebook where she made hers bigger, and she actually added more fabric. She actually used the template. So that was pretty cool that she actually got to do that. So I think she said she made it queen size with just the kit that I just sent, the new kit. So she was really sewing. She was concentrating. The Molly says, I'm not finished the one I got yet, but I'd love another kit. I missed I think it's like the fabric acquisition road trips with my friends. That's Mary. That's the farts. Deborah Quill says, just finished 6 blocks for Mario. We'll drop them off on Friday. I think I did mention that, so that's pretty cool too, that she was working on some for him. Connie says, very nice. There's so many swapped Mario. Yes, that's pretty cool. And like I said, I'll sit down and count how many blocks I got for him. And if he's not at 23, we'll have to figure that out. And I know that Kevin and I are going to add to that as well. So I had 27, I think. 27, 28, 29, 30 with Mario. And then 31, because I'm going to go ahead and send Gwen a block too. She won't get one from everyone, but I wanted to make sure that I just send her one, and she can figure out what she wants to do with it. No one else has told me by March 15th that they were going to participate in the swap so that I can make a block for them. So I'm not making any extra blocks. I'm going to stop at the 31 that I'm required to have. And so that means I only need to make one more block, because I had already made 30, and I convinced Kevin to make 30 just in case, thinking that we were going to have way too many. But we need one more at least. So I'm going to go ahead and make one more for Gwen to make sure that I can swap with her as well. Melissa says, T, you are the only person I've ever known who says more fabric in my stash like it's a bad thing. Girl, it's ridiculous over here. I have nowhere to put it. Y'all have seen that fabric wall behind me when I'm doing videos in my long arm room. That's not the only fabric that I have. Christmas fabric is down in my basement on a bookcase. It takes a 4-shelf bookcase, you know, regular size bookcase you buy for your house, the half kind, not the full wall, but it's filled with Christmas. And then I got a pull out drawer thing for the scraps for Christmas. And then I've got African prints, batiks, probably got 2 each of those in storage containers. And then I've got Asian and stripes are in this closet. I won't even open the door because I got a cart in front of it. I do go in there, but I don't go in there regularly. I've got landscaping, 2 novelty prints, and what else? Oh, then I do all the strings and crumbs in one thing too. So yeah, it's ridiculous. And then now we're not even talking fat quarters and jelly rolls and charm packs, and it's ridiculous. And then this is the other thing too. You all remember I said I went to my friend's house and all that I brought back was this design wall. And then I forgot, she had some Quilt storage cases and I just got 2 of those. She had like a 10 by 10 and a 5 by 10. And I got those because I thought if I was going on retreat or going to class, it'd be a quick way for me to put my dies in those and carry them in those without them being pressed up against something else while I'm packing stuff. So I got those. And I didn't even take one piece of fabric. When stuff like this happen, it just lets you know that this is gonna be your turn at some point in the future. And I didn't take one piece of fabric. I took 3 things, and that was it. And I'm just going back to price tomorrow. So it's I got enough stuff. T can put her extra fabric purchases in my studio, laughing out loud. Kevin, you don't even like my, well, he does if it's a tone on tone, but I go kind of crazy with colors. Kevin does colors, but they got to be tone on tone. Whereas me, I can do prints and have it all working together. Kevin's, unless it's his reproduction fabrics, they're a little bit more colorful, even though they're duller in tone and value per se. But yeah. Let's see. Patty saying, T, do you, and then it just stopped. So you got to finish it out, Patty. I'm interested in getting a long arm. No clue what to do. Any suggestions? The quickest, the easiest thing probably right now is to see who your local, the closest people to you from all the companies are. In the past, it was just easier to go to a major quilt show. You can play on all the long arms at the show, get to actually test drive them, hold them, see how they operate. That would normally be what I would recommend. I also have a video that you can Google. It's called, so search Teaquilts, things to consider before purchasing a long arm. So that video has all of my process in it because there was nothing out there to help me. So when I actually made my purchase, I decided to backtrack and do a video on things that I did before buying that long arm, because it took me 2 years to buy a long arm. First, I wasn't ready for it, but I started shopping when I wasn't ready for it. And that was important too, because it tells you how much space you're going to need to put that long arm in. And you think you only need the space of the long arm, but you've got to be able to get around that long arm. And then especially if you've got to do any kind of repairs or work to that long arm. And you need to be able to get to both sides if you want to do pantos and stuff like that too. So it's a lot that goes into that. So I did a video on that, and it has everything in there. It might be more of a boring video because I'm basically just talking, but I'm giving you everything. But the only thing that I would change out of that video because of the pandemic is that you have to go to these places individually instead of going to a quilt show right now. But maybe that'll change once everybody has the opportunity to get vaccinated. I don't know. But I would call like people that sell Gamma. I would call people that sell No-Ting. I would call people that does handy quilters, and I would get the dealer that's closest to my house. Because what's going to happen when you go to these dealers anyway, they're going to have the person that lives closest to you be your service person anyway. And you want somebody that if you run out of a part, like maybe you forgot to keep extra O-rings for your encoders, you need some place that's close that you can go get it, or somebody that's going to ship to you fast so your machine is not out for days when you're when you're working, especially if you got a deadline on things you're working on. So that would be my suggestion, is going to the people that sell them. Bernina's also has one. I was, when I had decided on Gamma, but I hadn't bought it yet, Bernina had just came out with theirs, and they were doing their test runs, and I actually got to run it in one of the quilt shops, and I almost switched, but I was just not sure about the frame, although it stitched very well. I just didn't get it because I wasn't sure about it because it was a new long arm. That's the only reason I didn't buy the Bernina long arm. But it takes regular sewing machine needles. It takes, it's so basic, the threading and all of that kind of stuff. It's like a giant size regular sewing machine. So that's what I really liked about it. Whereas all the other long arm machines, you've got all this fancy threading stuff we got to do. So it's, it just depends on what you're looking for, your price point, things like that. Also, you can find Gammos used. If you can get at least a Gammo Classic Plus or a Premier, I think they can be upgraded. You can check with the Gammo to make sure before you buy it. But I think they can be updated with automation software. So if you're getting an older machine thinking that it may not be able to be automated, most of them can. I think if Gammo software won't work, then I'm sure that Butler's software will work. So things can be done to make them automated, but I would check all of that before I purchase to make sure. But buying a used long arm, I can't account for all these companies, but I can account for Gammo. Those machines are workhorses and have been working for 40 years. They're basic parts that can be taken off and put on, very little major repair. So they work for a long time. So if your budget says maybe I need to buy a used one, that's a good thing too. It was just when I bought mine, I bought the Vision 22, and it was kind of the second version of it, and it was kind of new. And so I was only going to get like $1,000 off of a used one compared to a new one. So I got the new one because it came with 2 kits. They had like 2 promotions going with it where I got a whole lot of free stuff. So it didn't make sense for me to buy it used for $1,000 cheaper for the owner to nitpick what she's going to give to me because she was upgrading. So that's why I bought a new one. It's already 8:11, guys. I'm answering questions. Oh my gosh. We have hand dye days too sometimes, and we tell everyone we're dying on Saturday. Okay. June says, I had a phone call, so I'm back. Wash your hands says, I have to make myself not purchase too much fabric. I'm hooked. Yes. I have always loved fabric. I love the texture of fabrics, and even when it gets into like velvets and sways, and if somebody even has it on, I'm such a doofus. It's like I go up and I say, do you mind if I touch your jacket sleeve? I just can't help myself sometimes. Some fabric just looks like it's touchable. And most quilters, we're a touchy-feely people. So let us help you declutter your stash. We're here for you. That's Melissa. We can send fabric to Ed Kevin and Quilter. We can send fabric to you. Lizette says, hello, T and friends. Oops, T, do you ever air out your fabric? I keep all my storage containers open a bit in closet, and I keep a damp rid in the closet so fabric doesn't smell or mildew. I haven't, some people say they have issues with that and issues with starch fabric and issues with bugs, and I have been sewing since 1986, and I haven't had any problems with any of smells or odors. I think if you're having that kind of stuff, it's the smell and odor already in your home in the first place. When I store my quilts, I do get the containers that have holes under the handles. And if they don't have holes, then I just punch holes in the container so that my quilts can breathe. But I really don't have issues with smell of fabric. My fabric is on an open shelves for the most part, and my other ones are pull-out drawers. And then the containers that are in this closet, they've just in there. And when I go in there, I don't have any smells or odors or anything like that. So I've never had that issue. Joyce Jordan says, just wanted to say hello. Hello, Joyce. We're going to be getting out of here because we're already 8:15. I didn't realize that we were this late. So go ahead and get your goodbyes in because they're going to be coming up real soon. I need some landscape fabrics. Oh, I just need some fabrics. And I shopped Joann's yesterday. Yeah, I got a whole container of landscapes and I think it's landscape and animal like prints, not animal like in geographical and like not geographical. Not like in the pictorial animals. They're like animal prints like leopards and zebras and cows. And that's because I was doing Noah Ark quilts. And when I first did my very first Noah's Ark quilt, which I haven't started the second one yet, okay? But they didn't have animal prints out. So I donated that quilt. My uncle had a daughter and he named her Genesis. And I had just finished that quilt. And I tell you all, whenever something like that happens to me, I don't all the time say it's God talking to me. But who names their daughter Genesis? And so when I finished that quilt, he had that baby within a couple of weeks, and they named her Genesis. I said this quilt was destined for her, so I sent her that quilt. And then a couple years later, I missed the quilt, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna make me another one. And they had started coming out then with all the animal prints, and I bought all the animal prints, of course. I bought all of them, and I never made another block. Okay. And it was funny because Deborah Quilt's in here. We were working on it together. She didn't like hers and she donated her blocks to me. And I still haven't put those blocks together. It wasn't that they were my favorite because they're still using the same old prints that we couldn't really find for the perfect animal. Her blocks are pretty. It's just that I wanted to do the newer ones and still haven't done the new ones. Okay. But I got a set of blocks I still need to put together that belong to Deborah that she donated because otherwise she was going to pitch them. And I'm like, you can't pitch them. It's a lot of work. So we're kind of cray-cray like that. Let's see. Let's see. Trying to make sure I get everybody's questions here. Mama, I don't have Bernina money, laughing out loud. Got that right. And you're not going to probably find a Bernina long arm used yet because, like I said, I bought my machine and I was looking consistently right before I got ready to buy. So I'd say 2015 the Berninas came out or 2014 because it could have been when I didn't know because when they first came out, the industry didn't know they were out. They were just sending them to different quilt shops for those people to test out in the quilt shops before they done their final, final design to them. So it could have been 2014, but I know 2015 is when I seriously looked because I bought in 2015, like August, but I didn't have it delivered until January of 2016 because I had to clean all my space out so it could fit. Your blocks were beautiful, Lizette. CBEX says, didn't know Bernina had long arm. Yes, they do. And Bernina machines on sale this month. And you can also use that Bernina sheet model on a sit down as well. So just so you all know. Sending you a big hug, T. That's from Teresa. Thank you so much. CBEX says, never mind. Just saw the price. Yes, they are all expensive. They are expensive. That's why I said you might can find a good Gamma. I can't tell you about other brands, but I can tell you that Gamma used is a great deal. Margaret says, do you know where to go to get learning on a quilter? Is she talking about a long arm or most the quilt shops that sell them they should be able to do that because most long arm training is done one-on-one or maybe two people at the most. they'll put 2 pieces on and have one person on one side, another person on the other half of the machine. So they should be able to social distance and teach that. So I would say anybody that's selling long arms should be able to teach you how to quilt on a long arm, if that's what you're asking. Kevin says good night, Teaquilters. People saying good night. So we're going to go here and leave. So yes. Saying goodbye, working as a social worker in an ER. That's pretty cool. Have you ever made a tablet stand or pattern? I have made a tablet stand, but it's the fabric kind like this. I just make them bigger, and then I can't put my tablet in it, but my tablet does sit on this. I made them in 3 different sizes. And you can I put my large tablet on here, and then sometimes, depending on what I'm doing, I take 2 of these and I put a book on here. Especially when I'm trying to photograph stuff to upload. I might put 2 of them and just stand stuff on them, you know. Just never know. And Melissa says, did Genesis get a Noah's Ark quilt? Yes, she did. That's what I sent her. I looked at that Bernina long arm, but was not sure I would want that one. And that's fine, you know, because like I said, it's just a bigger sewing machine. But for people that think that you have to thread a long arm machine to appreciate the Bernina having just regular threading system. So it just depends, because it took me a minute to get used to how to thread the long arm machine, the Gamma. It's a little bit complicated going through all these guides and stuff. And you thread it wrong, guess what? You're going to have skip stitches or bad stitches. So it makes a big difference. I received a postcard that Bernina had 20% off feet and accessories this month. They always have 20% off of a particular foot each month. But then sometimes, some months, they'll do where they have off everything. And when I got my Bernina, they happened to have run at the same month that I had my Bernina. So I spent a lot of money, and I ain't spending another dime for a while on this Bernina. I even bought the foot book also, because I just wanted to make sure I had it as well. T, there are feet you recommend to buy Bernina that don't come with it? That would have to be another video, and that's because I don't use a lot of feet, because right now I'm only just piecing, but I bought some feet that are great, and that's just too much for me to go through right now. So ask me that again in another live, and then I can, maybe I have time to pull out some stuff. Not on a Saturday, like on another Wednesday live. And people are saying, good night, do you have the pattern? I don't have a pattern. It's just a video, and it's very simple to make this, Diana. You don't need a pattern. Google device stand, Teaquilts device stand, and it's going to come up. I show you every step, and you can just pause your iPad or phone as you do them. Watch the video first one time, and then get your stuff ready and just pause the video. You're not going to need a pattern. I can't remember if I have a link to the pattern. You can check the video. I can't remember if I made any pattern, but you do not need a pattern. It's very simple. My aunt raised me, and her name was Teajuana. Oh, okay. So some people, like the city Tijuana, Mexico, mine is just, that's what I'm named after. My mom just spelled it different. And Darlene says, laughing out loud, I want to take advantage of this sale. But we're going to end right there, guys. We're going to go ahead and end. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for your support as well. I will be here Saturday since we're not having the sale this week, so I may take off next Saturday instead. So I will be here Saturday for the regular sewing chat. See you all next time. Stay safe, stay blessed, and quilt out.